Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Eador Genesis New Horizons modded. In the last episode, we won that average-sized shard that we had been fighting for, and unlocked the Tier 2 jewelry shop, in particular, was what I wanted, and Executioners, and I think the Trappers Guild was another of our unlocks. Upon being victorious, we came back here and we sold off a few of the units that we had been holding on to, I suppose, but we're not going to use when we invade Shard or defend our own to earn some astral energy. And we talked briefly about what is next on the agenda, which is the assault on Lanashar's Shard. But to start things off, we're going to go ahead and talk with all of the Astral Masters. Then I'll roll dice to determine which of the two choices to pick when it comes to invading Lanashar, because I got some comments which suggested to either go in with a warrior start, a thematic start of sorts, and choose a paladin to level our warrior up as, something which seems to be very fitting for dealing with the Lord of Death here, or a commander start, and head on into the Shard with some elves and more income in order to take out Lanashar. So, but before we do that, let's go ahead and look at our statistics together after I sneeze. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we're doing. 28 shards conquered, 2 enemies defeated, Stenria and Dogor. 11,288 glory, 2 keys of truth, 1 ancient parts, and we destroyed Dogor's amulet. We have been a collector 3 times. A strategist 9, closer to actually 12, but crashes stop me from getting that sometimes. 2 cartographers, and we have been called a god once. Yes, amazing. We are earning 424 astral energy per turn. We have 7 expenses. I believe this was all paid to keep the diseases. Actually, I think it was I think it's 5 to keep diseases out of my shard to help my people, and I think it was 2 more that I'm giving to Czar to make up for me being so mean to him earlier on in our potential Astral Masters life. But not bad, not bad. I think it's not bad, actually. I hope it's not doing too badly. Oh, and it is like turn 30, right? Turn 30. In 5 more turns, we are halfway done with the campaign while we are playing on competent mode. I think it's... You know, I can check right now off screen. Or on screen. So hold on. So if I go to my save, New Horizons, variable, camp difficulty, 75. It will end, the game is over, and I believe we get a losing ending if it gets to turn 75. The demons will have found what they wanted, they will devour Eador, and that will be the end of us. So hopefully we can figure out how to save this wonderful world before that occurs. And it looks like it might be the keys of truth are what we need to do. Maybe Dogor's amulet would have helped us with that, but too late now. Anyway, let's get started talking with all the Astral Masters. And we'll do the same order. Start at the lowest and go up to the highest that we have just met. Glad to meet you, Lotaeri. What can I do for you? I have a question for you, Oinor. I'd be happy to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. I've exhausted all the conversation topics with you. Oh, maybe we don't have to talk with any of the Astral Masters. Well, let's say hello to all of them anyway. Belith? Ah, it's you, Lotaeri. What a lucky meeting. What can I do for you? I have a question for you, Belith. What would you like to know? Nothing. Never mind. Are they all going to be like this? Vianata? It's nice of you to come by, Lotaeri. What can I do for you? I have a question for you. No, I don't. Okay. We know Ohm won't have anything to talk to us about. Yep. Can never talk with Ohm about anything, apparently. Lanashar won't have anything to talk to us about until we attack him, so we'll wait for that dialogue. Dario, though, might have a few more things to say about other Astral Masters, right? I don't think we've talked to him fully yet. Greetings, Lotaeri. What has brought you here? I have a few questions. What would you like to know? Tell me more about yourself, Dario. My father and mother were Olia, the firstborn. They ruled the elves for many long years. For me, a young carefree prince, it was a happy time. However, even then, chaos was gathering its dark minions around the lands of the forest folk. When I entered the Age of Knowledge, I went to the sacred groves to learn nature's wisdom from the druids. But my education was cut short when my father died in battle with the dark creatures at the Weeping Bogs. I inherited his crown and the responsibility for the fate of my people. The war against the spawn of chaos went on and on for a very long time. Long even for elves. And that was it. Alright, when the last gleam of hope seemed to have faded, Laureniel, our beloved creator, spoke to me. I am leaving you, my children, to keep the disaster off these lands. You are to take my place as protector of the forest folk, defending it both in this world and the astral. Farewell, Dario, and accept some of my power. After his speech, Laureniel, keeper of the Chalice of Life, went into battle with the Chaos armies and fought the dark creatures until they defeated him. I cannot describe the sorrow that filled my heart when our beloved god died. The years that went by were unable to cure the wounds in my soul. I'm still mourning the death of the keeper of the Chalice of Life, as every other elf does. Laureniel's death saved the forest folk. The armies of chaos diminished after the battle against the god, retreated from our lands. A short period of peace began, but soon ended with the horrors of the cataclysm. Only Laureniel's gift enabled me to survive the dark times. Now it is my goal to protect the elves who survived. I'm creating a world where the forest folk will be able to live a happy and carefree life under the shade of vast woods. Now, it looks like there should be more here, but I'm not allowed to read it. So you saw the cataclysm. Tell me about it. The elves call those days the Dark Times. The great elven prophet, Lotaeri, the Seeing, had predicted the cataclysm, but her prophecy was unable to protect us from all of the horrors the Dark Times brought. Eador fell apart, and everything was shrouded in darkness, and even the sun died. Many were killed during the Sundering, and many others were dragged into chaos by demons, along with shards of the firmament. I was too weak and too bewildered to influence the situation. All I could do was grasp the shard where part of our great forest remained and hold it with all my might to keep the dark creatures from dragging it into chaos. Then the sun shone again, and with it our hopes. Thus the dark times ended, and the new era, the era of creation, began. Why did the cataclysm happen? I don't know for certain, but I'm almost sure it was provoked by the spawn of chaos. They are the ones doing all they can to destroy Eador. Fortunately, they have failed so far. I hope that in the last battle we will finally defeat the dark minions and cast them into the depths of chaos forever. Thank you for your story. Do you have any other questions for me? I do, but none at this moment. Thank you, Dario. That's all I wanted to ask. It would seem Czar was being just a jerk to us when we first started, because we asked about these shards and how they seem to be part of something larger, that would make something like they were pieces of a whole, and Czar just said, that's you just wanting to just conquer things and just own all of them. You're trying to find some excuse for it, but no, that is indeed what happened. And it sounds like more, well, even if these are just thought forms, it sounds like that this represents everything that, all of the elven territory that Dario was able to save. As he pulls more of the shards into it, it's also getting larger, similar to our own shard. It's not just thoughts and ideas that these represent, it's actual pieces of the old Eador. Alright, Uldagan, let's talk with you. You're gonna be next on my invasion list. Is that you, Lotaeri? What do you want? I have a few questions. What would you like to know? What do you know about Oinor? He is Pali's descendant, his grandson, to be precise. Pali was one of the few Iltans, or ancients, if that suits you better, who managed to survive the cataclysm. Unfortunately, after the catastrophe, the poor guy lost it. He started mating with mortals in order to preserve our race. Oinor is one of the numerous results of his efforts. You can see it for yourself that nothing good came out of that. By mixing our blood with lesser races, soon Peliel became more of a human than of an Iltan. This ruined him in the end. I see. Will you leave me alone now? One more question for you, Uldagan. Fine. What would you like to know? What do you know about Dariel? After the demise of my race, the elves have imagined themselves the most ancient race of Eador. They did manage to adopt some of our arts and crafts. They only wanted to pilfer our legacy, as did humans and dwarves. But they're nothing compared to what we once possessed. Like all elves, Dariel imagines himself to be one of the most ancient and wisest creatures. But in my opinion, he's just a miserable savage, like all the lesser races. I see. Will you leave me alone now? Yes, I have learned everything I needed. Her skill. What has brought you here? A few questions. What would you like to know? What do you know about Dariel? The Empire was never hostile towards the elves. However, we are not too fond of them either. If a common enemy were to emerge, Dariel would make a good ally. As far as I know, elves are true to their word. I see. Any other questions? One more, Herskill. Go ahead. And Vianata? I could never understand the wee folk of the woods. I hope she can be trusted. At least I don't have any reason to think otherwise so far. I see. He's really all about betrayal. Any other questions? One more, Herskill. What do you know about Ohm? I know almost nothing about him. He's either some spirit or a demon. No one ever knows what to expect of him. I see. Anything else? No, thank you. Alright, everyone. So, the time has come to roll dice. I have 2 dice in my hands. One is a sparkly dice, pink, with an eye in the middle of it, a Sauron's eye looking out. And if this wins, we will choose the commander. The other one is a marble dice, white, with a streak of dark in it. And if that one wins, we will choose a warrior and go the path of the paladin. Let's see which one gets higher. And the red dice rolls a 2. The silver dice rolls a 9. Oh, and these were 20-sided dice. So it's going to be warrior for us. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is lower the astral energy cost for the things I'm going to be spending astral energy on. So give me a few seconds. I will be right back. Alright, everyone. I'm back. Prices are adjusted. Let's go ahead and let Lanashar know that his time is up. Assuming, of course, that we're able to win. And I'm very curious to see what an awful position we'll probably have when we assault his shard. Let's go ahead and start. Did you call for me? Time to cast you into chaos, Lanashar. Prepare for battle. Alright. So, we are going to be taking the ferry with us. And so, just a reminder that I put up for a vote some time ago, if you guys would mind if I lowered the astral energy costs for things I took with me to the shard. And you guys agreed it would be acceptable. I wanted to lower the cost by half. You guys were like, no, make it 1/3. That's a bit more acceptable. And in the end, I really like 1/3 being reduced. It's still a painful amount of astral energy to use, but it makes these things much more... Well, affordable is an obvious answer, but I think it makes it tempting, competitive to take some of these with us when we assault the shard. So I've lowered the cost of... I will lower the cost of units and items, but I will not lower the cost for buildings. I guess guard contracts. I don't think I'd ever start with a guard contract, though. Or the income allotments, what you earn per turn, and your reserves. I'm not going to lower those. These felt fine to me, as did the buildings, but not the units or the items. They felt like way too expensive for what they were. So the fairy was lowered by 1/3 of her price. We're taking her with us. She's going to cost us 3 gems per turn and 4 gold, which means that we will... And I was going to take this anyway, but we will want this gem income to make up for the cost of this fairy, and we will also want some gold income. So let's take 10 more gold income with us as well. And we're already at 213, which is 1/4 of what I wanted to spend. We're going to take a Dwarven Shield with us. It's a really solid item, one of the best items we have in our treasury in terms of its cost to power level. And we're going to grab the Raider's Jacket as well. 3 melee defense, 2 range defense, and +1 looting. This is effectively... I would say that the melee defense makes us better for our warrior than the range defense would, given that we are one warrior tanking on the front line, and thus I view this as even being better than the tier 2 scale mail armor. The looting is just extra icing on the cake. We get a little more gold whenever we're victorious in a battle, so we're taking that with us too. That brings us to 654 gold, which is 3/4 of the price I wanted to spend, so we will also take a building. And the altar would let us rush for the crystal quicker. The forge would let us be able to purchase a short sword or a hand axe if the item that our warrior starts with is like a short spear. But you know what, looking at this now, I do think I want the altar instead, because will also, no matter what, we're going to be building at the very least an altar and on the march towards the crystal. And this also saves us a few extra gems. So we will take the altar instead. And that brings us to 778 astral energy spent. Do I want anything else? Could start with the granary. Save us a little more cash. Buy us another turn. Or we could take 5 more gold income. You know what? We could do both. Let's do both. We'll take 5 more gold. So we're going into Shard with 15 extra gold per turn, 3 extra gems, a fairy, the Dwarven Shield, the Raider's Jacket, an altar, and a granary. Let's do it. Oh, I didn't know we could use hotkeys, number keys, to access my heroes quickly. Alright, so before we get going, by that I mean before I go back and... because I had to stop to reset the prices on these things. Let's take a look at our starting situation. So, what's immediately around us? We have Lizardmen, Brigands, Barbarians, and Brigands. Okay, yeah, we really do want that Crystal of Power to help us, because it could give us Brigands, it might even give us, or Shamans, as starting things to kill. And we've got a decent amount of those things around us just as Province Guards. I never really like seeing Lizardmen lands right next to my domain, because that's super frustrating, given that I'm guessing there's probably a Bog warrior here and a Whisperer guarding this. If the last time we were attacking Stenria, and even defending our own Shard was any example, then these guards are going to be slightly tougher than I would like for Ring 1 Province Guards, especially anything that's a different race. We have 12 buildings in our starting province. One of them is a Temple of Light, so we will want to make sure we stop into that first to get a quest, since they might have us kill something easy like zombies or skeletons or imps, in which case that can give us quite a bit of cash or a decent weapon. Rebels, undead, gnolls, undead, demons, Acriel. There's some decent battles here. Acriel will be something that I'd rather not do. We'll have to leave the ferry at home if I do that fight. But there's a few good locations here to help us start, and 12 total locations in our starting province. 4 over there, we see a labyrinth. 5 in that barbarian province. 7, 12, 11, 10. Lots of locations in the Ring 1 provinces, which is good. No shops are seen to start, though. What's the amount of gems we can earn per turn? We are earning currently 4 per turn. 3 because of the castle extra, but also losing 3 because of the ferry that we brought with us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra gems if I conquer all of the surrounding provinces, but 4 are easily within reach compared to this one, because these 2 are in the Lizardmen lands. Okay, it's not the worst. We're not abutted against an edge. It's over here. So we at least have a full ring of provinces around us. This is the edge of the shard down here. This would be the equivalent to where we're currently located. So it's not, again, it's not too far off. This is a small shard. So this fight should be over by turn 100, the absolute latest, I think. Okay, so I like our starting area. We have to kind of get lucky to see if we'll get brigands as our starting quest. I will now be right back. I'm just going to go and restore the game files prices for those things I lowered before I went into this shard. Give me a few seconds. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and hire us a hero. With a Temple of Light in our starting domain, I really like seeing that because it gives us something to do with our hero until I can make up my mind about what type of units he's going to have going along with him. So, and to start, I want to build the tavern, which I think is the only structure I need in order to then build the Crystal of Power. So we'll spend the first turn walking into the Temple of Light to get their quest. Then the next one we'll do is go into the Crystal to get that quest. And then we can probably go to the Lizardmen to get that quest. And then we'll be able to take Spearmen with us by turn 4. So let's get started. So Tavern first. +2 income. Unlocks for us the Crystal of Power next. And let's see how lucky we get with a warrior. Olvar. He has a good weapon. I like seeing that. I really like seeing that. Right, we don't need this wooden shield. So he's starting with the Berserker's Axe. +8 attack, 3 counterattack, defense 1, battle frenzy 3. It's going to be hard for him to trigger that given all the extra defense items I'm about to give him. He is another Dark Dominion guy. Unit does 2 extra damage to enemies serving the light. So he has the Dark Lord, I think, is what he started with. Passive? How can I see that? I go here. Nope. I go here. Click on this. Yep. Start with the skill Dark Lord. Okay, well, we'll give him the Raider's Jacket. We'll give him a Dwarven Shield. I'm glad this isn't like a two-handed weapon, because I would have felt compelled to use it instead of utilizing our Dwarven Shield. And the extra 1 defense the Raider's Jacket gives him is being taken away by the Berserker's Axe, -1 defense. So now I'm even more glad we brought this jacket with us. His equipment does start damaged. I am going to repair it. Okay, we'll give you the ferry. The militiaman stays at home. We'll get rid of the slinger. And you go into the Temple of Light. The hero Olvar has approached an ancient temple erected by an unknown race in time immemorial. It looks like they still worship some ancient deity in the temple, and a party of guards at the entrance indicates that it will be impossible to plunder the ancient shrine without a fight. 11 enemies. This is way too tough, obviously, for Ovar, who is level 0, but we're here to talk to the priests. One of the temple priests addresses the hero. What has brought you to this sacred place, Wayfarer? Do you need my help? The Lord of Light himself sent you here, no doubt. Of course we need help from true warriors with the fire of his light ablaze in their souls. Are you ready for a great trial for the glory of the Lord of Light? I'm ready! Then listen. The corpses that rise from the grave, their peace disturbed, are a disaster most terrible. And not merely because these corpses are creatures bloodthirsty and insatiable. Nay, worse still is that the souls of these whose bodies were raised from the grave cannot find peace. Go forth and destroy 15 zombies and mummies, so that which must turn to dust is put to eternal rest, and their souls are released from torment. I shall do this in the name of the light. Nice! Easy one. Zombies and mummies. Next, we build the Crystal of Power. Plus 1 more gem earned per turn. And we go right into that to get that quest as well. The hero Ovar has reached a magic crystal through which astral energy streams out into this world. According to the ancient law of Eador, mortal heroes can receive special quests here. Choose a quest of low difficulty. A dull voice is heard from somewhere deep inside the crystal. New quest. Eliminate 8 brigands. Return after the quest is fulfilled. Alright, I'll be back soon. Nice! Several fairies have flown to your castle with gifts from Queen Vianata. The wee folk present several precious stones as a gift, with a total value of 378 gold. Gifts indeed. Thank you, Vianata! Wow! I forgot we're getting help from her on this shard in an attempt to eliminate Lanashar. I was expecting actual fairies to join my army, not money. So now I'm extra glad I accidentally brought that fairy with me. And I remembered I wouldn't have brought the fairy. I would have assumed that around turn 5 or so, we're getting fairies showing up in our garrison. And we did not, right? We did not. Okay. Next, we're going to aim towards the Spearman's School. So let's build the workshop. Ovar now heads over to talk to the Lizardmen. It gives me a chance to see how strong this guard is. And if it is too strong, then I know that I'll have to come back here with obviously later on. Like, Ovar might be able to take on 5 Lizardmen by himself, though it would be a tricky battle, given his low defenses. And given their ability to intercept. But I do want to see what this consists of. And getting their starting quest, that could be helpful too. Actually, or we could just ignore it, Tim. No, let's go get the quest. The hero Ovar has entered the province of Shishak. The totems encountered on your way clearly indicate these lands belong to a tribe of lizardmen, and the skulls impaled on spears reveals that they don't like guests. Soon a party of natives appears ahead. 6 lizardmen, beater, bog warrior, and a whisperer. Okay, this is indeed a tough group, so let's negotiate with them. The leader of the lizard warrior speaks. Get lost. Can we talk? What do you want to say to me, stranger? I offer you an alliance. Alliance? We don't form alliances with those who are useless to us. And how can I prove that I'm useful? Too many slugs are breeding in the surrounding lands. If you kill 6 creatures, we will agree to the alliance. Deal. Several fairies have arrived at your castle, saying that they were sent by Queen Vianata. The wee folk pledge themselves to serve you honestly and faithfully. Excellent. We do get other fairies, and this is now dropped. This is now dropped my gem income, so we can't keep all of them. So we're going to have to get rid of 2 of these fairies. We'll drop the lower level ones. And which gives me back a gem income. I don't really need gems for spells. I don't intend on casting spells like soon, but I'm going to need the gems for buildings, so we're gonna just have to wait. All right. We're gonna have to wait. By that I mean oh my god, I'm babbling. My train of thought is just gone. I don't want negative gem income this early on in the shard. We're at turn 3. It will make building structures in our domain very difficult. And in fact, I guess the first thing we actually should fight for is the Forbidden Shore, so we can get 2 more gem income, which will help balance off that extra ferry that we have. It may actually, thinking about it, it may be a waste to keep any of these extra ferries now, because I don't know what other hero... Well, any hero I take would benefit from a ferry, even a commander. His army would like the ferry in it, even if he himself wouldn't take advantage of the fact it's there. We'll hold on to that last ferry. Okay, we also need to... oh! I need to build... Oh, the Spearman School. Since we have fairies in our armies, this means that they're good aligned, so I am less inclined to build the structures to allow me to hire evil units. So I will skip on these at the moment. And since you guys know by now, I really like Spearmen, I really like the Light Infantry Guard that they unlock, we will absolutely be taking them with us. Alright. Let's do it. Leader Olvar has entered the province of Forbidden Shore. Suddenly your party's way is blocked by a gang of brigands operating in this area. 4 only. Let's attack. One of them is a thief, so we're going to be probably getting credit for 3 of these. Oops. I do not know who that is. I can go to my answering machine. Sure. Just charge. Ooh, we're getting rather beat up, though. I forgot. We are not invincible. I'm gonna... Oh, no. We'll move you up. Maybe you can kill him? Very good. +1 health. Oh, we start with athletics 1. Okay, so we have a good weapon, but we had an awful starting skill, and we don't have anything that I would consider to be too useful here for us at the moment either. So I'm tempted to grab athletics 2 in order to, in the future, grab athletics 3 and just finish athletics, get it out of the way, and get +1 more speed, which I absolutely would love on a warrior. More constitution would be good, as well, for extra hit points and stamina to help him. But we did get +1 health, which I think gives him +2 hit points, +1 stamina, and +1 morale. So I'm going to grab athletics 2. And Olvar is still hurt. We have a shop in this domain. It is a tanner store. There are wolves guarding the red oak, and so that will not be a difficult battle. In fact, I think we should probably do that battle next. At home, I'm going to need the Brotherhood of Light. So we will want the library constructed. Actually, that was dumb. I should have just built the Brotherhood of Light. For some reason, I always think in order to get the Brotherhood of Light, I need to make the Sanctuary first. That's not the case at all. Alright, well, it's too late now. Olvar, you kind of need a round to recover. No, we'll just do this battle against the wolves right now. What else is here, by the way? So, Gang of Robbers is doable for us. We have demons. There's a fairy tree here if you want even more fairies. And so now we don't need any other fairies that Vietnam decides to send to us right away. We have more gnolls here as well we can kill. There's a few mid-level encounters here too. Gang of Robbers, Dwarven Clan, Inquisitors. But let's go fight the wolves. I'm a little nervous because the fairy might not be able to be well protected, but I think we can still win this fight, so let's do it. Oh, and we can also... Oh, I cannot... Wait, I thought I built a... Did I bring a... Oh, I did bring a granary too, but you need a pottery. Okay. Oh, crap! I actually know what that phone call was for, and I need to take it. So I'll be back, everyone. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. Medical stuff. Alright, so... what was I doing? Attacking the wolves, right. And I was confused, because I brought a granary with me, and I thought that meant I could build granaries in my provinces. Nope, need a pottery for that, Tim. Need a pottery for that. Alright, let's end the turn. 7 wolves. I argue with Olvar, the enemy is doomed. The hero Olvar has reached a redwood grove. Unfortunately, it won't be possible to start gathering the valuable wood yet. The grove is already inhabited. Let's kill him. And I saw the... Now that the turn's over, basically, I saw the dark elves up there, and I also saw more lizardmen, and the lizardmen are guarding Mandrake Root. So we're probably going to aim for an alliance with the lizardmen, so we don't have to fight a tier 2 province guard, which is probably something like 10 lizardmen, is my guess. Alright, let's start. And we're just going to end the turn. We don't need to do anything else. Let the wolves approach us. 4 damage, 4 damage, 4 damage. I'm not too worried about them. We'll just end the turn again. The intimidation is the only thing that's going to be a bit tricky here. And for this spearman in particular. Alright, not bad. Piece of cake. Sorry, no talking during that battle, apparently. Our can get a hit point. This one can get a hit point. And we actually recovered hit points between that battle. Nice. Let's move over here and do another battle against more brigands. Yeah, we're going... Ooh, and 6 gems per turn for this province. We're definitely going to want, I think, the lizardmen as allies. Well, that's not necessarily true, but it would make getting early Mandrake very helpful. Of course, we can't handle anything like slugs yet, and I don't see any slugs in any of our provinces at the moment either. Nor any swamp dwellers or anything that would actually have demons in them. A location, that is. Yeah, alright, well, let's head over here. At home, let us build... I guess I don't need to build Hood of Light quite yet. Let's build a pottery. And that will let me begin dropping down granaries to improve the population growth. 5 enemies this time. Brigand, Thief, and Renegade. I'm guessing there's 2 Brigands, 2 Thieves, and 2 Renegades. It's going to be a bit tricky because I'm a little wounded. My army is too, but I think we'll win. I do like seeing all the forests. That will make that Renegade a little less annoying to deal with. 3 Brigands. A bit annoying. I don't really want to take huge hits from them. Okay, we're going to put you here. Throw a spear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to give you the hill. So we're not going to kill that. Well, actually, we can with the fairy. Yeah, taking some big hits. That's a bit awkward. going to close ranks a bit here. Ooh, big hits. Okay. And we have to be careful. We don't want to lose the fairy either. So the fairy's going to run up here. We're going to move you up and kill him. Oh, I think... Darn it. I think we just lost an infantryman, and we did. Killed him as well. We really need our Brotherhood of Light member. So we get the passive healing going between rounds. But we won. Good work, team. +1 magic. I do see Armor Master 1 here, which I like seeing. Or we could take Athletics 3, but I think we will grab Armor Master 1 for even more defense. It'll help reduce the damage we're taking. So let's grab it. Our fairy can get a hit point. Do I give you a stamina medal, little fairy? Yeah, we do. We'll give the spearman a forced march, and we come back home. What's in this province? Demons, dark elves, brigands, and then a few mid-level. I say mid-level, that's not the correct term to use. A few not early game encounters. Things that we want to be level 6 for. At home, we will build the Brotherhood of Light. And all of our heads back home. It just occurs to me, we're going to have a fairy, a healer, and a spearman in this army. Oh, we can build granaries. We should build granaries. And what's here? A magical forest. So Pegasi, fairies are guarding this. More gem income. If we have Diplomacy 3, we can get them to join us by paying 50 gems. But that won't be too hard to take if it comes down to it. But we can't do that anytime soon. Repair the gear. That axe is very expensive. We hire this troop. This guy stays at home. We won't need this militiaman. We hire a new spearman. And then we'll send you into the Swamp, Olvar, to finish up the brigands for your brigand quest. You've earned the option to cast spells, so we'll take some magic sparks, an inspiration, and a fatigue. Okay, let's end the turn. Oh, we haven't built anything in our domain, so... I guess we can build the Carpenter's Guild. It's kind of early on for it. But then we can build sawmills for more income. Five enemies again. Brigand, Thief, and Renegade. Olvar says enemy stands no chance. This is going to be actually a little tougher because I have to reach that Renegade if I don't want him picking off our healer. Let's attack. Ugh, this is actually... It'd be really annoying, this setup we have. Because I want to reach them as fast as possible. And I see what amounts to a wall here. At least there's a hole in that wall here and here. And by wall, I mean the terrain. We can't easily cross the swamps. And this two lakes makes it difficult for us to circumvent this. The Renegade's probably starting on this hill, is my guess as well. I'm going to do this to start. And let's go. Oh! He's starting way back there. Okay. I'm going to spark this guy. Nine damage and 8 damage, and I have 6 defense on this hill. If I move up, we have to worry about the thief hitting me as well. I'm not going to kill one of them this turn. going to stay on this hill. Might be a mistake what I just did there. They're both going to attack this spearman, but they both are hurt, so they won't do as much damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can risk moving my healer up a bit. Oh, one of them attacked my warrior. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting pretty tired. Our warrior is killing everything. Go get him, champ. Excellent work. In a flash of bright light in front of him, the hero Ovar sees a magic crystal through which astral energy flows. From somewhere deep inside comes a dispassionate, dull voice. The quest is fulfilled. Choose your reward. We could use gold and gems. We could use gems a lot more. So let's choose gems. The crystal flashes for an instant with an unbearably bright light and disappears. After the light goes out, a coffer filled with 187 magic gems stands in the crystal's place. I wonder if they got out of the crystal. +1 command. I see Weapon Master here, and I really wouldn't mind having Weapon Master for a little more damage, so let's grab it. +1 attack, +1 counterattack. We leveled again! Okay, I feel like we don't need blacksmithing at this moment. We have a decent amount of income, so let's grab Weapon Master 2 for even more attack and counterattack. Our healer can get some first aid. This spearman can get a hit point. Horses! Land of the Dead! Guarding this. Probably a ghoul there, at least. One ghoul is my guess. If we're unlucky, there's a ghost there. Alright, well, it can stay there at the moment. There's a shop in this place. What's here? We have another Temple of Light. Sorcery store. Okay. More brigands, demons, goblins, brigands. Lots of low-level locations for us to do in this area. I really like this shard. With an extra unit slot. Oh, did I pick up 1+1 command? I must have missed it. Oh, no, we just leveled up twice, and I think Ovar gained 1 command each time he leveled, because we have 2 unit slots now. Let's double back home and fill those slots. We do not have the money it takes to hire another hero, unfortunately, though, so we're just going to keep building more buildings for our current hero. Well, we don't need a... Okay. You don't need a light infantry guard immediately, but what will be your next hero, Tim? Since we have a ferry, I am tempted to take, again, a scout as our second hero. But we could use the ferry in a commander's army. How much ink? 40 gold per turn? We don't have the gems per turn to run a mage on this shard. Not at the moment. So we'll probably pick a commander. Alright, well, we're going to be also taking on these 2 barbarian provinces next. So let's... I was about to say, let's build the farmer's market and prep for that, but if I can get those horses first... Okay, let's build the show booth to get us to the gaming house. And we'll put a granary here. Ovar repairs his equipment again. So, that axe is very nice, but also very expensive. And, you know, there's a decent unit for sale, merc for sale here, Berserker. It's a shame it's a Berserker, though. Since he's, well, he's unscrupulous, but it would have impacted the morale of everyone here, and his own morale would be very low. But he also is very strong, and he's 24 gems per turn if I want to upkeep him. I feel like, though, I don't need him in my armies to win these encounters, so I think we're just going to leave him there. As a merc. 120 bucks is almost half of the gold I have left over. Yeah, I don't feel like I need him at the moment, so he'll stay there. We'll take another light infantry. And Olvar will go back into the crystal. If we're lucky, we'll get more brigands to kill. We didn't build anything in our domain, apparently. Right, we did not. Oh crap! I think I want I need the money so I can hire another hero. So we're not going to. Well, no, I did. No, we didn't build the gaming house. Let's build the gaming house. Because I do want the inn so I can build pubs. And then I'm going to want the farmer's market to build mills in these locations. And then we're going to have to start saving money for a second hero. You should argue to him. Oh, it's too late now. Second hero is probably the better thing to save up for. Or would have been. Tim says as he spends more money on yet more buildings to earn a little more income. In 10 turns, that's enough cash to hire a hero if we get 46. If we keep getting 46 per turn. But of course, I'm going to spend money every single turn on more structures. The hero Olvar has entered the province of Greatlands. The barbarians who claim these lands to be theirs by right are sending an armed party to intercept 3 enemies. I agree with Olvar. The enemy stands no chance. Reposition the ferry. Okay, can we kill a barbarian? Yes! Yes, we can. Let's pull you back, heal you. I can haste you to get you back into that battle. My spearman can kill this berserker. And you can kill that shaman. +1 hit point. They're upset. Lizardmen, Goblins, Seekers Clan. No slugs anywhere in these locations. Is that right? You know what? Did I check all the locations here? Swamp creatures. There will be a slug there. This is the most likely location to fight slugs in a swamp. Finding more locations there as well. Send you up here, Olvar. I'm going to want this in. We'll put a granary here. And keep fighting. Same battle we just had. We do this again. Fairy, I don't want you taking any necessary hits. Uh-oh. I don't think we'll kill this guy this turn. Not with just... Yeah, not with 2 spearmen. So we're going to end up more heavily damaged this time. It was a misplay putting him on the hill. Some morale. Some morale. Healing for our ferry. We earn another province. Let's put a granary here, too. And what's in this location? Hell Cohort, Minotaurs, Adventurers, Inquisitors, Dark Elves. Okay, let's bring you back home, Olvar. Because I forgot to grab the crystal quest. Actually, we could summon the crystal. Is there anything here you can fight and kill? Dark elves are going to take lots of damage fighting them, but we could do it. Adventurers could work as well. Let's start with the adventurers, and we'll cast a magic crystal spell. In a flash of bright light in front of him, the hero Olvar sees a magic crystal through which astral energy flows into this world. According to the ancient law of Eador, mortal heroes can receive special quests here. Choose a quest of low difficulty. And a dull voice is heard from somewhere deep inside the crystal. New quest. Eliminate 10 brigands. Return after the quest is fulfilled. Alright, I'll be back soon. Yeah, we can win, but this is going to get ugly. We're going to have to dance Spearman in and out to take hits as well, and pray our fairy doesn't take any damage from these very well-balanced Dark Elf girls. Let's go ahead and start. Oh, right, we want to build buildings. Let's begin putting pubs around. Oh, nope, it's our domain. So now I'm going to hold off building anything else in our domain until we can get another hero. We're saving them for later. But I will keep building pubs, what have you, in provinces. Elf, dwarf, halfling, and a kobold is here. The hero Olvar has approached the deserted ruins of a city of the ancients. Often ancient artifacts or some treasures hidden by the current occupants of the ruins can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins are not as deserted as they may have appeared at first sight. Let's do it. We're going first. That's so rare to see. Athletics actually is a little more helpful than I would have thought. How about that? So I definitely want to... Wherever the elf is the most dangerous thing. The elf is also all alone. So this is going to work really well for us. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, nope, we cannot... Yes, we can. With Force March, we can immediately reach and kill that unit. Okay, you're getting hurt pretty bad, Olvar. Let's run you back and heal you. Put another haste on you. Actually, nope, you don't need another haste. 1, 2, 3. I can't... We can reach this. Let's haste here. Force March. Surprise that enemy. We need to rest our hero. He's low on stamina. And with 10 attack, I do not want to actually have to fight this dwarf. So let's just pull back. I'm sorry. I don't want the dwarf hitting me, my spearman, to take that giant hit. So I'm going to pull my spearman back and let him move probably towards my hero again. Hero moves up and takes the hill. And we win. Hit point for our healer. Force March for our spearman. Absolutely. I love those stamina medals. It's a reinforced shield. A worse shield than what we started with, but I would have been really happy to have seen this if we didn't start this shard with the dwarven shield. +1 defense and range defense with +5 hit points. That's a pretty darn good green shield. Olvar goes and fights some dark elves. And then we build pubs in a few locations. Yeah, I mean, I would love to build a farmer's market, but I'm going to hold off on that until we get another hero. Night Shadow and Dark Priestess, there's only 4 of them, so this should be an easy battle for us. Although it's going to be an annoying one. I don't know why I started here with my hero. I should have started him here so I can run right up and kill their healer. So let's move you up. use a haste. You know, we're gonna do it. Because I know I can kill her. So it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, we're gonna take a great amount of bleeding damage now per turn. But I think we can kill these girls. He's at half his hit points already, and we just took just 4 crossbow bolts because of how balanced the girls are. Cast haste on him again. He will thankfully not die. So let's move him down here. There's no reason for me to let these guys get hit. I really wanted to heal you, Olvar, but we're instead going to just kill her. You've had 30 hit points when this battle started. You lost over half. Good God, it's so fair. Girls are so fair. 89 bucks, 5 gems is very nice for that battle. Plus 1 health. You know, we are running out of stamina very quickly. It is tempting to grab another point in Constitution. Or we could wrap up Weapon Master. You know, the blacksmithing would also be actually useful because of the item wear reduction. Meaning it won't be as expensive, or won't have to repair that axe as often. I think since we have the fairy, we don't need Constitution as badly as I think we do. Let's wrap up Weapon Master. Plus 1 more attack and plus 2 counterattack. Some stamina. Oh, Soldier's Overshoes. I like seeing that. We don't have any boots for our hero yet. And Improved Charm. Not the best spell to get. We don't really have any buffs or debuffs at the moment. Good catch for that battle, though. 173. That's acceptable for that easy battle. Well, wasn't quite easy, but acceptable. A tree bearing gold coins has grown in the province of Ritual overnight. Legend has it that this tree is sacred and is strictly forbidden to pick its fruit. Okay, so we all know this event by now. So because I do not think we will be on this shard for 100 turns, and because this tree generally improves the income of a province by 1 if you manage to convince your people to not raid it, this means that this 100 gold to guard it is, I view, a waste on this shard. We're just going to forbid anyone to pick these coins and not spend the 100 gold. Several of the people disobeyed your orders. At night, they sneaked up to the gold-bearing tree and picked enough gold coins to fill a bag. The next morning, the tree was gone. A charred hole remains where it had been. The people who disobeyed your orders have their whole bodies covered in black sores. Take the gold from these criminals. The total amount of gold coins taken is 79 gold. So if, assuming that this shard ends before turn like 80, this actually would have given us the same amount of money as if they hadn't plundered the tree. Take it to the treasury. Okay, so that's all I think the battles I can do here. I can't defeat Minotaurs. The Hell Cohort is too strong for us, I think, at this moment. And I don't think we would beat the Inquisitors. It would be like four enemies if we're lucky. 5 enemies, most likely, is the Inquisitors. And Olvar is still hurt, so we do not want to do that battle. Let's move him to some other location. We have brigands to kill with him, so we should probably go look for brigands. There's rebels here. There might be a brigand there. There's undead. Right, we have undead to kill as well. We should try to get another quest completed. Gang of robbers will have brigands in it. Brigands. Okay, so we want to send him here. But I think we also need to repair. How's our gear holding up? It's fine. We can send you here, Olvar. And we have the money and gems we need for another hero. So, I said a commander. How much money am I making per turn? Yeah, 66 is enough to... I can run another... I can run a commander hero. So let's put a pub there and hire a commander. Right, how much gems per turn am I earning? 6. That's not enough. We can't... Well, we do have a 244 if we did want to run a mage. But we don't have any tier 1 spell schools yet built, right? We do not. Okay. No, we're not going to... We'll hire a commander. Treafor is his name. He's starting with a leather jacket and nothing else. He is... Tactics, it looks like. Logistics is what he starts with. Gold upkeep and gems are decreased, and he gets more siege. So, the militiaman can stay at home. It's a tricky army to bring if I decide to bring this with me. Let's do that to start. It's going to be so expensive. But I am going to build the sanctuary as well. Because he's going to need to be casting spells to keep this army of his alive. Alright, trade 4. So... What am I fighting with you? Or am I just going to have you explore? Goblins, demons are the things you can fight. So let's have you fight some... Oh, you know, hold on. There's another Temple of Light down here. So let's move Treafor there and see if he gets a quest from that Temple of Light to kill demons. And while he's here, he can also poke his head into the sorcery store and see if there's a quest he can get there too. It also will give you a chance to see what's for sale at that store. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Actually, no, not yet, Tim. You don't have any weaponry for him. Ugh, I don't really like giving anyone a short spear, but, well, we don't have anything else for you, Treafor. Okay, my heroes are together, so first let's exchange equipment and we'll give him this shield. Not at all what I want a commander to have. I want him to have a banner. But we don't have a banner, so we're going to give him that. I guess he'll likely be going back to the province first. Let's hold on to it at the moment. Alright, so Treafor, you will go in and talk with the clerics. Olvar fights. And we'll go and fight brigands. We should build another pub. We'll hold on to our money for anything else we want to build in our domain. The year Treafor has approached an ancient temple erected by an unknown race in time immemorial. It looks like they still worship some ancient deity in the temple, and a party of guards at the entrance indicates it will be impossible to plunder the ancient shrine without a fight. 13 enemies, even stronger amounts of guards here than the one in our domain. But thankfully we're not here to fight them, we're here to talk with them. One of the temple priests addresses the hero. What has brought you to this sacred place, Wayfarer? Do you need my help? The Lord of Light sent him here, no doubt. The Lord of Light himself sent you here, no doubt. Of course we need help from true warriors with the fire of his light to blaze in their souls. Are you ready for a great trial for the glory of the Lord of Light? I'm ready. Then listen. The souls that cannot find peace and depart this world are called ghosts, banshees, specters. Suffering is all they feel, and suffering is what they bring to the living. Go forth and put 4 of them to eternal rest, so that they may depart this transitory world and appear before the Lord of Light. I shall do this in the name of the light. That's a tough one. The hero Olvar's approach to the deserted ruins of a city of the ancients. Often the ancient artifact or some treasures hidden by the current occupants of the ruins can be found in such places. Scouting has revealed that the ancient ruins are not as deserted as they may have appeared at first sight. 4 enemies, Brigand, Thief, and Renegade. A piece of cake battle. And one I would rather Treyafor do, but we need to kill the Brigands as part of our quest. So, let's do it. Oh, I don't like where that guy is. Can we kill him immediately? 1, 2, 3... You know, I'm becoming a fan of the early athletics for that forced march. Hit there, sir, but you managed to live. +1 healing for our healer. Resistance for our spearman. A piddly amount of money, but that was an easy battle. 6-7 bucks, 2 gems. More importantly, that was more brigands killed. 7 more left. Olvar, let's fight some more brigands, I guess. I mean, I think we can probably kill the gang of robbers. Let's see how difficult that battle will be. We should do the more difficult battles, and if there's more brigands here, maybe we can get this quest completed and leave some more brigands for Treyafor to defeat instead. Speaking of him, he'll stop in now to the sorcery store. We keep building pubs. How are we doing money-wise? 56 per turn, 6 gems per turn. We'll wrap up this session, everyone, at turn 20, so 5 more turns for us. I have a good feeling about this so far. I do like that this feels like a standard shard to me at the moment. And our starting position was not so terrible. Although, we may end up needing to fight the Lizard Men for their provinces instead of getting them as allies. We will see. The year Treyafor has reached a small, strange-looking building. Judging by a sign over the door, they sell magic wands and spheres here, and a large party of guards at the entrance indicates it will be quite difficult to obtain any goods for free. Scholar, Gargoyle, Adept, Mage, Stone Golem, Living Armor, High Mage. We're not here to fight them, though. We're here to enter the shop. Seeing the hero, the shop owner smiles mysteriously. You have made the right choice to visit my shop. I have excellent wands and powerful spheres here, many of which will suit the taste of even the most hard-to-please magician. Take a look. Make your choice. In addition, there's a special offer running for great leaders. Excellent gargoyles at most reasonable prices. I would like to make a special order. Unfortunately, I have too much work on my hands at this moment, so I'm not accepting any new orders. Look at the goods. Sphere of Thought. A decent low-level sphere. Witch's Mirror. Curse, cause vulnerability. That means that whenever the enemy gets hit by something, I think its resistance is lowered by 1, right? Whenever the unit inflicts melee damage to an enemy, it affects the target with vulnerability. Oh, vulnerability spell. Interesting. This mirror, I think, is good for a Dark Warrior, then. Hex 5, resistance +3 on this mirror. Left arm item. Sphere of Wisdom, more experience points, a normal simple wand, a crystalline sphere, and a wand of lightning. Some decent items here. If we make Treyafor a priest, which I'm now tempted to do solely based on these wands. These are pretty decent wands. And orbs. This crystalline sphere would be really nice for that decreased spell cost and extra gem income, which will help us afford these fairies we currently have. Very expensive, though. 2,100 bucks. Oof. The hero Olvar locates a secret lair of bandits, an outpost of sorts, it seems. There appears to be a horde of treasures guarded. 4 enemies, brigand gang leader. They're all brigands, so that's 4 more this will count towards. Let's attack. And I like this starting position. We have a hill we can sit our hero directly on. And we can pull up our units to the side of him to throw spears to help him out. So let's go ahead and start. Give him the hill. Okay, so 2 spears. Let's look. That's 6, 7 damage. We'll probably kill him. We'll probably kill him. So let's throw the spears. Nope. Now I know it's not going to kill him. Because we're not going to do 7 damage with this spear. Okay, they're setting up to tag team this guy, so we'll step him back a space. And that will be good. Oh, that's interesting. He didn't move, I thought he was going to move him into the swamp and him also into the swamp. They did not do that. Okay. We can throw a spear there. Step you up. And begin working that guy. Give you the hill. Let's see what they do. So annoying how he moved. We can still kill him this turn, though. Let's use an inspiration. Nope, that's a fatigue. Thought that guy was down some morale. He was down nothing. What a waste. Alright, well, we won. Easy battle. +1 health, Olvar leveled. And I wouldn't mind having more resistance, but I do see more Armor Master here, too. So let's take more Armor Master at this moment. +1 defense, +1 more range defense. Counterattack for this Spearman. Enchanted Well. Yields 1 gem per turn. Significantly increases population's growth. Speeds up restoration of unit hit points by 10%. Population mood +2. It's a good thing to build in swamps, since there's so few buildings you can build in swamps early on. So this is not a bad thing to find. And I guess we'll just put it here. Olvar, how is your equipment holding up? Still good. So you need 3 more brigands, and there are brigands here. But I also saw a gang of robbers somewhere over here. And if this is the same loadout as what we just fought, and I'd rather go here and do that battle than do it here instead. So we're going to send Olvar up there. Actually, we should pull him back first, right? There's a lot of other low-level... There are several other low-level encounters he could do here. So let's have him come home, repair his gear, and then we'll send him up here to do battle against those, well... Those brigands? No. Let's send him up here first. He fights those brigands. It's like these gang of robbers. I'm assuming it'll be a battle we can actually win. And if he gets any commander magic, you can send him back home. Actually, he won't gain magic. He already has 4 points in magic. Or you could just keep Olvar here, Tim, and just do the battle against these brigands. There's probably at least 3 here, and he needs 3 more. Just keep him here. Just keep him here. And Trefer, let's have you fight something. You will fight some gnolls. Hopefully there's just 2. Though I think you can handle 3. It will be tricky. And we can build another pub. No, we can't. We already built the well. All right, and the domain structures... We'll build the recruiting station. We'll aim towards building the barracks next, in order to get more experience when we hire new units. And light infantry guard. 3-pack warriors. Darn it, I was hoping for just 2. Can I win against 3-pack warriors? I think we can, but this is going to be tough. And Trafer's going to have to get himself bloodied as well this battle. The issue is going to be the demons that come out of the knolls afterwards. The good news is that they're scattering their forces, which I do like seeing. Ooh, okay. Well, we don't have to worry about this guy, but I need to kill this gnoll this turn, and the demon that comes out of it. I don't know if I can do that, unless I use the shock now. Okay, so we need to heal. Gigantic hit there. 16 damage as well per turn now, and I don't think I moved him incorrectly. Alright, we're absolutely losing a unit then. So I'm going to go like this. So he's going to stay there and probably kill this guy on his turn. And our hero can rest. Yep. Oh! We did it. Holy crap, that was tough, though. I knew it was going to be tough. A little bit of piddly money for the actual combat. +1 health for Trafer, and he leveled up. Let's give him some defensive tactics. Range defense. Hit point for the spearman. Stamina for this one. Morale then for him. We'll give that new guy a stamina medal. Sluggishness spell. I like seeing that. And a sphere of knowledge. Another hint that maybe we want to make someone a priest in the future. Or use wands for this. Well, the commander will be a priest. That's all there is to it. Decent cash for that battle too. 164. I like that. 5 enemies here. Brigand, Thief, and Renegade. Let's do it, Olvar. You fought this group before. 1. We use a haste. And I think we start shooting him. Alright, charge you up. You're gonna have to tank a lot. Oh, nice. We can kill a unit. Let's do a little bit of a swap. Attacking everything I see, Olvar. This is fantastic, though. Good job, team. Let's try to heal this guy. and get some common arrows in case we want to start with it, because we want to scout later on. In a flash of bright light in front of him, the hero Olvar sees a magic crystal through which astral energy flows. From somewhere deep inside comes a dispassionate, dull voice. The quest is fulfilled. Choose your reward. We will choose gold. The crystal flashes for an instant with an unbearably bright light and disappears. After the light goes out, a coffer filled with 487 gold stands in the crystal's place. I wonder where that came from. So, what's your resistance, little spearman? Give you a resistance. Give you a counterattack. Range defense for our fairy. Crystal sphere, another sphere. Piddly amount of cash for that battle. Okay, so what turn is it? 17. So Olvar didn't level through the crystal. Is there another battle you can do here? Undead. Let's fight some undead. Treafor, you need to go back home to fill the command slot that you lost. And while you're heading back home, you can also visit the Crystal of Power. We will build a pub. And in our domain, let's build a farmer's market. It'll let me put down mills when we're going to want those. Skeleton, Bone Spearman, and a zombie are here for Olvar to defeat. Let's go ahead and fight. I should be reading the text, Tim. Forgot about that. Haste. Charge. Get ready to fight these zombies. What's your range? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to start throwing at my spearmen. 18 damage to him. I'd love to reach this guy, but we can't do that this turn, thanks to this zombie. I'm going to want to throw a bunch of spears at this one. Alright, well done, guys. 2 zombies defeated is nice, too. We have 13 more of them left. +1 health. Let's wrap up athletics. Athletics 3, +1 speed. Spearman here. Get a stamina. Headwind and a short staff. 139 bucks, 5 gems. Again, garbage, but this is a very easy battle, so. Olvar, we need to send you back home so you can repair your equipment. Is that correct? Not quite yet. He's still okay. Is there anything else here he can fight? I want him to fight something more difficult, so let's have him fight some swamp creatures. Jeffrey, we don't need a Sphere of Knowledge on you. Sluggish spell can be kept at home as well. Oh, let's build the barracks before I hire a unit. Good, which means we can now hire level 2 spearmen. Treafor can stop in to the crystal. And actually, this spearman can spend a turn resting. We can build a mill. And then end our turn. The hero Treafor has reached a magic crystal with which astral energy streams out into this world. According to the ancient law of Eador, mortal heroes can receive special quests here. Choose a quest of low difficulty. A dull voice is heard from somewhere deep inside the crystal. New quest. Eliminate 8 goblins. Return after the quest is fulfilled. Alright, be back soon. Basilisk, Swamp Dragonfly, and a giant slug. There's 4 of them. I'm expecting there to be 2 Swamp Dragonflies. This will be a little tricky, but I think we can win. We'll want to fight in this open area if we can. Let's start. Oh. 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 2 slugs. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one's got this whole area covered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't like this at all. Let's haste you. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, crap. What's your range? 1, 2, 3. So we're not going to kill the dragonfly with a single hit. That's unfortunate. So we're going to need to throw a spear at him. And now we might kill him. Good. I think we just have to admit we're going to lose one of my level 4 spearmen, so let's move another one out. Do I start slugging it out with a slug? Pun intended. I think we do. I think we do. We leave you there, so this one spits on this guy. Actually, no. Well, the less poison you're taking, the better. Let's let him spit at you. Okay, and you fall back, let that poison fall off of you. You run back, and we heal here. I don't want this slug spitting on anyone's, which is why I moved him down. The haste is ending this turn. Let's get another haste on our hero. And wait. Okay, good. We want to run you up. Begin killing that slug. I'm going to let the slug spit at that guy. And now these are looking pretty grim. We're taking a ton of damage. So I need you to step up and take a hit from this thing. Whatever it is. The basilisk, yep. You move up here to take the hill. We run you back down here so we can heal you. Be a little careful, Tim, with how you do this. Good. 2 slugs also killed. Now we just need 4 more. We might get lucky enough to complete this Lizardman quest at this rate. With a warrior, which would be really weird for me. Some morale for a little healer? 2 morale. Giant slug ace, come on. Didn't want to see this. 227 gold and 18 gems. Though I guess thematically this makes sense as something to find it as the loot here. And is there anything else for you to fight here, Olvar? Demons, goblins, but I think those are better for Treyafer to fight. So he will come south to do that. Olvar, you head back to the domain. Goblins are what you're looking for with him. Actually, there's plenty of things for Treyafer to fight here, so we should probably keep him here to do that. So let's fight some rebels. And then we'll wrap up this episode. Let's put a mill here. And in our domain, sure, we can put down a brewery. It's 170-10 income. We have the resources for it. The hero Treyfgar approaches a suspicious building, something vaguely resembling a den of robbers. It looks like the criminals here might be of the most unrespected kind, and it will probably be worth cleaning out this nest of riffraff as quickly as possible. Scouting results, 5 enemies. Militiaman, slinger, and a brigand. I'm guessing there's 3 militiamen, 1 slinger, 1 brigand here. Let's see how right or how wrong I am at that. Still kind of hurt, too. Yep, you were correct, Tim. Alright, so... Well, this is a shot can do some damage to the brigand, so we'll hit him with that. Okay, I'm gonna bless one of these guys. Haste him? Give him the hill. And then see what they do. We move you down and heal this one. Good work, team. Good work. +1 command. Always good to see. And let's take more defensive tactics for his army. +1 more defense. Some ammo for this fairy. We will absolutely take stamina medals the first time I see them. This militiaman can get a forced march. A piddly amount of cash, but that was a very easy battle, so we shouldn't complain about that. And that will do it for us, everyone. Let's wrap up this episode by building structures or what have you. So we can't build anything in our provinces. I'm thinking I'm probably going to want a crossbowman or a shooting ground. Actually, we have everything it requires to build a shooting ground right now, so let's do it. We'll wrap up our tier 1 units. No. Don't rush that decision yet, Tim. But we should build another building in my domain. I'm always tempted to build a theater early on, since it improves the population mood a little bit. But these barbarians, they're not going to be too much, like, their discontent level is low, and they're going to be content or quiet soon. So I don't really need to spend the 400 bucks on the marble at this moment. The armory could be useful. Oh, we haven't built a forge yet. Let's build the forge. We can't build anything in our provinces. All of our can repair his equipment. Oh! That is expensive. Okay, so first off, we don't need the short staff. We won't need these common arrows. I'm not going to ever use the crystal sphere. Transluggers can wait behind. Headwind can be put inside. Improved charm can be put inside. Let's repair the equipment. Absolutely want that Berserker's Axe repaired. He doesn't need any more troops. But we do have better spells for him. Take a bless, we'll take a heal, and we'll take 2 shocks. And Olvar can be lined up to fight more. So we want to fight undead because we need him to kill those zombies. But he also can fight slightly stronger things now too. Fanatics he could probably take on. But let's fight the undead to start. And Treyfer, you need no equipment repaired. You picked up +1 command. We could give you a healer now. But I feel like we want another spearman with you. Or we actually do want the boat. Well, we can't put the bowman in his army now, Tim. You already built a structure. There's a Keshik available here. 56 gold per turn upkeep. And 366 to actually purchase him. We have the money, though it's half our income, just about, and half our reserve for him. I'd rather not spend the money on him. I know we don't need him at the moment, and there's lots of low-level locations for us to still do battles and win without needing to afford that merc. And I don't feel like we're in that much of a rush quite at this moment. We're basically 1/4 of the way done with the shard already. So I think we'll just not worry about that merc, and we will instead Oops, not plunder province. We will give him another spearman. And Treafer can fight some more gnolls. Or demons. Both are acceptable. Gnolls. Alright, and that will do, everyone. So, thank you guys for watching. I got some comments, obviously, on the last video about what I should take, so I guess we should read them after all. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. So, for comments on the last video, I have Lost Fremen, who says, "Hey Tim, I think you should bring a warrior and a dwarf, and give him the a bow. That makes perfect sense." He quotes my he quotes my timestamp where I was like, "I'm not taking a warrior and a bow. If that's what you guys suggest, I'm going to overrule that decision." Hey, Lost Fremen, good to hear from you again. He says, continues with, "You did it again, this time with the help of our Lord and Savior, Beth Risen." What a great name Beth Risen is, huh? It's been a long time since I've heard that name. I think that's the name of the Demon Lord and the main antagonist for the Disciples 2 game. It's been an age since I last played Disciples 2. Lost Fremen continues with, "I knew it had it in you. How about an alliance with the Dark Elf girls next?" Well, we could do that. They're right here. But the Drow won't join us unless we have an extremely powerful army. And I think we also need like a high-level diplomacy to even get them to give us the quest at this point, given our good-leaning Astral Lord's alignment. So that's right out, unfortunately. Lost Fremen continues with, "You know they're perfectly balanced. Of course they are. Orcs, goblins, centaurs, gnolls. Remember that the dwarves are some of the most corrupt races out there. So are they really all that good? It could be worse." As another timestamp, the militiaman could become a barbarian. This one could become a spearman. And this one can become a commie. I'm just saying it's not too late to switch sides. The shards are only going to get tougher and tougher. We might have to resort to plundering now and then. But don't you want to find those keys and see the truth? Sure you do. That is the biggest prediction of them all. Slap! So, I'm hoping that we won't have to become evil and plunder provinces. So far, I've not felt like we've ever needed to do that. I know that when you plunder a province, you don't do, like, your hero's not going to earn any experience points. He's not clearing a location. He's not getting stronger. You're just sitting there gaining money. But so far, I haven't felt like we've needed that income, with the exception of, like, the last shard, where we were struggling early on. And even mid-last shard, we were still not in the best position for money. Like, our income wasn't that great. But here we are on turn 20, and we already have 74 gold per turn, which is about average, I think. Or, what, average, is that right? This is what I would be aiming for on a shard. And we're also earning 8 gems per turn now. So, we've stabilized our economy early on. So, on this shard, I feel like we don't need to plunder anything. I do know that plundering also lowers your karma. So, that would be a good way for us to decrease our karma levels if we sit around and just plunder provinces endlessly if we so desire. But I don't think we need to do that. And so I'm hoping we can actually win this campaign while playing a good aligned Astral Master, because this is what we started down the path towards. Lost Fremen continues with, "What's going on? Where am I? Oh right, this castle's been getting more and more creepy as of late. And all those missing servants that just wandered out of town, never to be heard from again. Stories of demons and such. Anyway, our Lord Lotaeri will protect us. Where was I? Oh yeah, Eanor's latest shipment." I don't think we'll be hearing much more from Eador, if only because it looks like he's out of things to talk about. I thought we were able to possibly get him to spill the beans about himself, but I'm guessing we will bump into the Wanderer at some point, who gave Eador some of his power. We just have to get a little further in the campaign. Alright, and up next is V2 Heiser Cannon. Hey V2, it's been a while since I've seen you. I feel like either a commander or mage start would be best, is what he says to start. For a commander, maybe the fairy plus elf and then a banner, with the rest going to income and base treasury. At the start, going for swordsman. For the mage, a fairy plus acolyte, with the rest going into income and base. Again with starting swordsman. Could start with the forge too, to get a swordsman a turn earlier. Well, we ended up rolling dice, and unfortunately, we didn't get the mage starts. But it is why, V2, I just purchased a commander second, because I felt like that's a good option for us to run a commander, and I think some of you guys have been asking to see me choose a commander more often. So I will try choosing a commander like for second hero, at the very least for the next few shards. Although I do plan to choose him first hero for the next shard. Which reminds me of something else to talk about when I'm done with the comments. So, I really like the commander heroes. I think they're very strong. Their power increases proportionally to their army, and in that regard, you've got like guaranteed tier ups, because you're going to eventually get tier 2 units, and that really improves the power of the commander. And same thing with tier 3 units and so on. And as you keep your units alive and get them medaled, they get stronger and stronger. And I tend to do a decent job of keeping my starting units alive. And so on that note, I feel the commander is very powerful, since he benefits from such. And of course, every time he skills up, his army gets more powerful as well. I really like the what's the word I'm looking for? Dichotomy between how the hero is improving and his army is also improving. For the choices that you offered, V2, I would be a little nervous about starting with a mage start, and a fairy, and an acolyte. Like, that's a lot of gems per turn to run a mage successfully. We would have to have seen a lot of starting swamps with a lot of extra gem income. Because with the mage, you want to be casting all his spells every turn. So that's, for a starting mage, I tend to view him as using like 10 to 16 gems per turn on clearing locations, taking provinces early shard. And if I'm paying, let's say, another 8 for, I think a scholar's 4 gems per turn, or 3, and the fairy's 3 gems per turn. So an extra 6 gems per turn, that's 22 per turn. That's tough to get early on. We would be choosing to take the gems as a crystal quest reward at least the first 2 times in order to give us a decent reserve to do that. For the commander, fairy, and elf, though, yeah, that would totally work a bit easier. We would still sync all of those. It'd still be tough again, because I think elves are 3 gems per turn upkeep for New Horizons, but the commander start with something like a going for the ranged options for the elves would make them extremely powerful. I would probably have chosen 2 starting elves, but no fairy to help the commander out. We could probably have Eat By with it, too, earning just like 2 gems per turn for a bit, since the commander doesn't really need to cast spells, although it's very handy if he does so. And I think the swordsman would make a good front line to support the elves in the back line too, so that totally would have worked. And I would have probably started with that forge, yep, to get swordsman to turn earlier, especially because it's highly unlikely that any starting iron would be seen. Now, it turns out I'm really lucky we didn't even start with the commander with starting swordsman, because there is no starting iron anywhere near us. And now I'm realizing that we actually have kind of an unlucky starting position, because we have almost no Ring 2 provinces around us. Like Drow, Magical Forest, and Lowgrass. The rest of this is all water. That's a bit worrying. We're going to be forced to fight for tier 2 provinces far earlier than I think I would have liked. Well, hopefully we can handle it. Alright, and up next is Alexander. Alexander says, "Hey Tim, I'm back yet again. Hey Alexander, welcome back. Congrats on capturing another shard. Thank you, sir, very much. Artifact Market spawns 3 random low-tier, probably cyan color, items in the shop. Cyan color would be the Berserker's Axe that we have. This color. Sadly, they are one-time buy each, and neither restock nor change to different ones, like mercenaries do every 7 turns or so. Yep, I saw the same thing in my multiplayer game, because I was very curious about how some of the later buildings work, having never seen them before. So the Artifact Market and there's another upgrade to the Artifact Market, and it does the same type of thing. You get access to random, I think there's actually 2 more upgrades. and they each give you access to slightly better equipment, but it's always randomized and it never refreshes from what I had seen. I had just been curious if the stuff for sale was in some way based on the other tier shops that you constructed for your domain. Like if I built the tier 1 carpenter shop. Oh, by the way, let me go back to the main menu really quick, just to make sure if the game crashes and I don't get a revert. I guess I should stop and start the recording really quick too on that regard. So I was just curious, like, if I built the carpenter shop, does that mean that the artifact market will give me a bow of some sort or arrows? But it does seem that it's completely random, the loot that you get from the artifact market. Alexander continues with, as for Lanashtar's strike force, a fairy and a warrior is a match made in heaven. I agree with that entirely. It's a fantastic start. The warrior wants that haste to reach the enemy lines. He wants that stamina regen, and it's so handy. And as you've seen, it's already turned 20, and we're almost level 8 with Ovar. So I think we're doing really well so far with our starting hero. That we got a fantastic starting weapon is also amazing. That's really great to get Berserker's Axe. Battle Frenzy is surprisingly useful, and I'm really glad to see that too, because it means if he takes a lot of damage, and his hit points are beginning to be very low, he's not going to suffer from battle wounds. Like, he's not going to suffer penalties. He instead gets stronger because of it. And his morale, I think, also is restored. Yep. He no longer cares about losing morale at that point. So it's really handy to have that Berserker's Axe. What an amazing first item to get here. Alexander continues with, go for Holy Knight Paladin Path. It will be useful as well as fitting. Take Dwarven Shield and a Jacket. As for buildings, take Altar and a Smithy to go for a quest crystal early and possibly get a better weapon if the warrior spawns with a pointy stick. Should sum up to roughly 835 energy, if I'm not wrong. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Alexander. And yeah, we spent, I think it was, what, 829 Astral energy total for the buildings that we took with us. I probably should have brought the Smithy, too, now that I think about it, and not the Granary, since that would have given us access to a starting short sword if our Ovar hero did start with the light spear. We are so lucky that he started with this amazing axe. Holy crap. That was fantastic. And the Dark Dominion skill, Dark Lord passive that he starts with, lets him take on things like dwarves very well, because they're good. And so he'll inflict an extra 2 damage to them with that ability, I believe. And the last person left a comment was Stultens, who says, even the summoned imp gets special treatment. I like all my units when I summon them. I feel bad just throwing something away if I have to. I feel guilty enough whenever my units die. So yeah, I get special treatment to everything. I'm assuming that's what you meant as well, Stultens. And that's it, everyone. Alright, thank you guys for watching. So when we come back, we will continue on to turn 40. And hopefully, by then, we'll have taken the Land of the Dead. We'll probably have to... Well, I bet say we'll have to fight for this province, but I'm hoping we don't have to, or we have to do the Lizardman quest all over again. At this point, I just realized that we killed 2 slugs. We're 1/3 of the way there. So if I decide to attack and fight these Lizardmen and we win that battle, that means that the quest has failed. And then if I want to get Lizardmen as allies again for this province, well, that means we have to find 6 more slugs, which could be in this province. I'm babbling. All right, so let's stop. All right, so thank you guys for watching one more time, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.